So the biggest destroyer of somebody's fat loss goals, toning up, getting leaner, whatever it is the weekend. You do great Monday to Friday, but as soon as that weekend comes, things get absolutely blown out of the water. So this video is just going to dive deep into that and show you kind of how we can combat it a small bit. So we're back to the whiteboard for this one. So here we have basically a week structure now. Look, this is just to show you what happens throughout the week. So let's just take me for example, and let's pretend that I need 2,000 calories a day over a 7-day period, not per meal basis or not per day basis, to lose body fat or lose weight or tone up or lean up, whatever way you want to look at that. That's what I mean by that, okay? So I need roughly 2,000 calories a day for a 7-day period to lose body fat. Let's just say that would result in me losing a pound or 2 pounds a week, okay? Now, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you can see here, watch, hypothetically speaking, Monday, Tuesday, I kind of get in my round 2,000 Monday. If I'm not tracking calories or something like that, I might be a bit over on the Tuesday, a bit under the Wednesday, but again, it's still okay because it's over the course of a week. Thursday's a bit up again, but look, I can even that out. But then, this is kind of the mentality that sets in when we get to the weekend. Friday comes along, and already this kind of fuck it mentality comes in because you're out of this routine and it's conditioned into us from, I think it is from years that once the weekend comes, we just have to throw everything out the window and just go mad. So Friday night, you might eat a bit extra. Even if it's proper, good, healthy food, you might do it anyway. You might have an extra couple of beers watching a movie or something like that. Again, this whole idea of eating clean or healthy throughout the week kind of starts to go out the window now because you've done well Monday to Thursday, so now it's kind of like, oh, I can have a bit more on Friday. Then Saturday comes, and usually what happens on a Saturday is like you go out. Maybe you might have a few bottles of wine at a friend's house or family or something like that, or you have a big meal out and you just completely disregard everything you've done for the whole week. I'm not saying that you can't have a few drinks or you can't enjoy yourself, but what I'm saying is people just completely ignore the fact of they're trying to drop body fat and bang, they blow thousands extra calories on a night out, for example, right? But when you look at this graph, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, maybe here on the Friday you probably get 300 or 400 more, which then kind of brings up your weekly average maybe to 2,100. But then on the Saturday night you've eaten over 3,000, because even if you had a couple of slices of pizza after a night out, you're adding an extra 1,000 calories in with the pizza, and not to mention the beer or the wine or what the vodkas or whatever you drink, like, this is going to be brought up massive. This has been conservative. Like, this could be up to 4,000 to 5,000 depending on the person. Like, you wouldn't believe the calories people knock back on a night out without even thinking about it. Then on a Sunday, because you're hungover, you're going to go get your cans of Coke, you're going to go get your chicken rolls, or you just might go for a Soup Max, a Burger King, a McDonald's, whatever it is. People generally overeat on the Sunday because they've got little sleep on that Saturday night, and they're a lot more hungry, and all they want is these high carb, high fat foods to kind of curb those cravings as such. But then when you look at that, you've added an extra 1,000 calories here, an extra 300 there, and then an extra maybe 500 here on the Sunday. So you've added in close to an extra 2,000 on top of your week. 2 multiplied by 7 is 14,000. That 14,000 is a turn to 16,000, which it can completely blow your calorie deficit for the week. So if you're eating well, you're eating healthy throughout the week, and if you had a good weekend, for example, you might see some progress. That is where you've been in a deficit for a week and you get the result. But then when you go out on a weekend, you completely blow that result out of the water. You're not going to get it. So this is where it comes back to, again, you don't have to track calories meticulously. You can be mindful of what you're eating, but here is where the problem lies. Again, you can see the big, massive disconnect in the weekend compared to your midweek. So again, this is like a flaw with clean eating people as well. When you look at the problems then, this is what I usually find, all right? Not having a strong enough why. People don't give a shit about their goals and they don't even bother to set them. They don't have a proper why in place themselves. And what I mean by that is it's not just saying, oh, I want to tone up and get a bit stronger. It's waking up some morning in the bed and rolling over and realizing that your fucking layers of fat that you don't want anymore and your self-confidence is down and you're even afraid to take off your fucking t-shirt at the beach. Maybe for a lad at the swimming pool, for a lady putting on a bikini. Like, that is what having a strong why is about. A lot of it will come back to being self-confident more in yourself, to be a good role model for your kids and stuff like that. Have a good fucking why behind it. Again, sometimes I have to curse to get these points across because this one will always come back to the mindset aspect of it. Number 2, you're being too restrictive Monday to Friday. they eat clean, for example, and the weekend then you want to binge because you think it's okay to have your cheat meal on the weekend. Again, completely reversing your result for that week. Or the last one then as well, you're ignorant to sacrifices that need to be made. You're not taking into account that, right, I might have to drink a bit less on the weekend, or I might have to cut out a couple of weekends out, or not to kind of binge on the weekends as such, or just being smarter with your choices. You're ignorant to sacrifices that you're just kind of blocking out reality of, right, I may need to make a cutback here, here, here. And that's just knowing that before you start on a health and fitness journey as well. But the good thing about this is you can just kind of flip those on its head to make your week better, for example, and to get the results week by week by week. Not having a strong enough why, get a strong enough why. Take out a piece of paper, write down what you want and why do you want to get to a certain goal. Once you get to the why, the how becomes a lot easier, okay? Too restrictive, there's no need to be restrictive. I've written about this in I don't know how many blogs, and I'll link up my most latest blog on the flexible fat loss blog I've had too about this. But you do not need to restrict yourself. You can have your chocolate, you can have your bits of ice cream if you want. And this then puts you in the mentality where you're not going to feel guilty after you do eat something, and you won't have the need to binge or cheat meal on the weekends, if that makes example. It's okay if you have a pizza every now and then or whatever, like, but again, you can be mindful of that. Like the difference between getting a pizza out of Tesco that's maybe 700 calories for the whole thing compared to getting one out of Domino's at 1800. A big difference there. Again, you can be smart with these things. And the last one as well is you could be mindful of what needs to be sacrificed in place. So if you know if you're going out for a weekend, you can kind of prepare for that throughout the week. What I mean by that is, right, let's just say I know that I'm going out on a Saturday night, and I know that if I don't have my 2,000 calorie figure across the week, that I'm not going to drop body fat. I'm not going to get lean up for my own personal goals. So let's just say, for example, on a Monday, I take in 1800 on Tuesday, roughly. Now again, look, I can track this in my FitnessPal app. I can go by just judging off my hand sizes. Again, 1800 calories on a Thursday. I might do the exact same on a Friday. Now if I've done that, right, I've saved 200 calories here, 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 and here. I saved 1,000 calories extra. So on that Saturday night, I could technically have 3,000, go back to normal on Sunday and still be on track with my fat loss goals. That's kind of getting advanced, and I didn't really want to bring this up, but again, it's a point that people need to realize that's possible to do. Again, you're looking at your 7-day period. So if I go 1800 here, all across the Friday, go 3,000 there, it's fine. Back on the Sunday, go my 1800 again, or even go a bit below it if you want to be conservative, and if you've overdone it on that Saturday night. But again, the idea here is don't be looking at things as Monday to Friday. Don't be thinking eating clean is going to get you where you want to go, and then binge with cheat meals and this kind of crap in the weekend, because it does not work like that. Your body is not stupid, okay? Hopefully take some points on board, have a look at the problems involved, have a look at what I just said about tweaking those in their head. Hopefully that video was enjoyable. If anybody needs to hear this, tag them this video, because this is the type of video that needs to be seen. And if you have any clean eating friends or people that binge like this in the weekend thinking it's okay, tag them here, because I guarantee you it's a massively helpful video when you put the stuff into play. Enjoy. So we're back to the whiteboard with this one. So, all right, here we have